Now listen, in this video, I'm gonna be going over 7 easy side hustles that you can start as a teenager from the comfort of your home. Now, every single side hustle I'll be going over is not the mediocre route or the same old regurgitated things you've heard from these popular influencers that do not want you to make money. I'm gonna be telling you the true and authentic steps to making money that you can do. And most of these side hustles, if not all, I have done myself and know people that have done this and are making upwards of $5,000 a month in Africa. So listen, this is 7 easy side hustles that you can start with. The first one being graphic design. Now, understand this, no matter whatever business you're going to get into, my number one advice is to understand and harness the skill of being a graphic designer. And one thing that you must understand is that if you want to make money, you have to have a skill. The second step is monetizing that skill. One of the most important skills in a business is to be able to use Photoshop and Final Cut. Those two components are very vital in what you are doing. Understand that since this is a side hustle, you don't want to be necessarily outreaching at this point, especially as a teenager and beginner. You want to be doing everything in-house. So no matter if you are a makeup artist, you're a YouTuber, you decide to be a singer, the fact is whatever you are doing will need at some point some type of experience in graphic designing. Now understand that in UK, the average graphic designer makes £34,000 every single year, and the lowest graphic designer in the UK makes £19,000. We are talking about just from creating graphics on Photoshop. This is one of the most important skills that I say is necessary, especially when you're starting a business as a beginner. Many people need posters, many people need thumbnails. You can be the person to supply that. With this YouTube channel, I have over 5 different thumbnail graphic designers that I go to at each time. They are getting more money than the average person working in the United Kingdom from me solely. So I know that graphic designing goes a very, very long way. Side hustle number 2, Uber delivery. Now, as much as people look down upon Uber drivers, you have to understand that some of these people, based on their age, with how much they make, are actually in the world's top 1% of people. Now, the average Uber driver makes £120 a day, equaling to 3.3 every single end of month. And we are talking about on an average. The average employee in the United Kingdom makes 2.2 a month at the month end. So the average Uber driver is making more money than the average person walking. All is required from you is a vehicle. Once you have a vehicle, let the things that you own make money for you. Put it to work. Let those things not just stay as liabilities. Reinforce them as assets in your life. The honest truth is that if I had time and I was looking for easy, quick cash, I would be an Uber driver simply because of the finances that it brings. It is just a great business. Very close people, one close person to me is an Uber driver. Normal Uber can cost £20 per ride, but because of I call him and based on my convenience he arrives, I can maybe give him 100 per ride. So that's based off relationship. Now he's making at the end of every single month around £5,000 in the United Kingdom just from Uber deliveries, just from Uber driving. So this is a very, very great side hustle that you can start as soon as today. The next side hustle for this video is selling lecture notes. Now, this is something that many people wouldn't expect to be a great side hustle, but this amongst the list is absolutely amazing. Now, recently in the United States of America, there was a 28-year-old ER nurse that made $2 million after graduating from simply selling her lecture notes. She was simply selling every single documentation of her notes that she would get from studying and the lectures, and she made $2 million as a 28-year-old. This is also a testament to those that are in their 30s watching these videos or late 20s. You still have time. There are some of you, you are very intelligent, very wise, you have a certain level of intellectual value, but yet you are intelligent for nothing. There's nothing that we can contribute your intelligence to. This is the reason why most finance teachers that you find in the educational system go home by the bus, go home by public transport. They don't have money themselves. Their intelligence ends at school. Their intelligence ends at university. It never goes further than that. There used to be one person in my college who used to sell their lecture notes as well. One thing about me is I was a very busy person, so I couldn't be in every single class, and this would then lead to me being very behind, and I really had to catch up. So you can imagine I was desperate to have someone's lecture notes. Who has the notes? And I would be literally paying one of my close friends give me some of the notes from the class, and he was getting a good bit of money from myself, maybe £100 per documentation. So selling lecture notes works a lot and makes a lot of money. The next side hustle that I'm going to encourage you to get into is shoe cleaning, hashtag sneaker cleaning. Now, this business makes a lot of money. With some of these businesses, these are some things that you can do on the weekends. You can regulate to Fridays, Saturdays, etc. Now, personally, I have a lot of sneakers, some that I've never worn. I go buy Louboutins, buy Gucci shoes that, to be honest, I really don't even like, which then leads me to be in need of a shoe cleaner. Now, this is one of the best businesses that I would definitely encourage you to get into. Number one, because this is something that I personally used to do. I used to run an eBay business at the age of 11 years old. 11 to 12 years old, I used to run an eBay business. And I would sell my parents' old designer clothes, some of my old clothes, some other people's clothes, look for them and be a reseller on eBay. Of course, you can imagine I had some ups and downs, but I stuck to it at the age of 12 years old. And I was making more money than a 12-year-old should be making. And the main product that I was selling on this eBay was sneakers. That was the main product. So you can imagine a lot of these shoes were dirty, get some etc, and I'll just be cleaning them. And I realized I was actually really good at it. So then I pitched it to my friends at school, got some of their dirty shoes. I used to play rugby from a young age onwards all the way to end of high school. And you can imagine people's rugby boots were dirty by mud, and I used to bring them back to life for some quick change, maybe £40 here, £50. But the point is, by the end of it all, I probably made £3,000, and this was just a side hustle. Keep in mind, I didn't need that money. I would literally go buy chocolate with it, go buy some food or extra essentials as I was boarding. And still in this position that I'm in today, because of time, I'm paying someone to clean my shoes. So now at the end of the month, this guy is getting, just from my household alone, maybe £660 just to clean our shoes, and that's about 4 pairs of shoes. So you can imagine how much money this side hustle makes. The next side hustle, of course, I don't want to be the mediocre person to say this every single time, as it's been regurgitated so many times. I even get annoyed when I hear this side hustle, but that of course is dropshipping. But let me remind you this, do not listen to anyone that says dropshipping is dead. That person does not want you to make money. Dropshipping is one of the best businesses to get into. I ran a dropshipping company by the name of Church Drip for maybe around 6 months, and in those 6 months I made 6 figures, which I would do an in-depth video in the future on how I did that and let you guys know the actual steps to starting a dropshipping company. The point is, I was creating all of the designs for my shirts, hoodies on apps such as Canva. My lengthy experience in graphic designing aided my dropshipping business. So I would go on Canva, design these things. After I designed these things, I would then integrate it with Shopify, integrate Shopify with Printify and Printful, and then I would sell these products, and I made a lot of money in under 6 months, which was just meant to be a side hustle. It then became the main focus and main business. I know people personally that are making millions of pounds via dropshipping every single year. Platforms that can aid you in this for graphic designing, platforms such as Canva. Canva is one of the best graphic designing websites that you're ever going to get onto, especially for this exact thing, to designing hoodies, t-shirts, etc. And what I'll be doing to help you is I'll be leaving a link where you can, in the description, with how you can use Canva, and the same for Printify and Printful. This is what's going to give you the products such as the hoodies and t-shirts, and how it's going to work is that Printify and Printful will keep the stock for you, and all you are going to do is place your design that you've created on Canva onto these platforms, integrate it with Shopify, and as soon as someone purchases that item, it's direct to consumer, print on demand. So the stock doesn't stay with you. There's no external fees that are placed on you except marketing if you choose to do that. The next side hustle that I'm going to be getting into is YouTube automation. Now, under these 2 years that I've been doing this for, we've amounted 80,000 subscribers. Now, in those 80,000 people that have subscribed to this, thankfully, I've realized that I could have made way more money running a faceless YouTube channel. I know people personally that are making hundreds of thousands of pounds every single month just by running a faceless YouTube channel. How do you do it? All they are doing is paying people on Fiverr to create stock footage videos, and they are simply using their own voiceover to go over it, over random topics. Some of the topics are about people, how they rose to fame. Some of the people, it's about how to create finances as a teenager. Some of these videos are so simplistic, no faces being shown, and yet they have tons of millions of followers subscribed to them. So sometimes having a faceless YouTube channel is one of the best things, and it makes a lot of money. It's something that you can get into instantly. All you need maybe is $50, $20 to pay someone on Fiverr, and you can use your personal iPhone or Android as a voice recorder, and you do voiceover for your videos. Now, to do an in-depth thing of how to get into this, I will be doing a full-length YouTube video on how to be successful on YouTube, what I've learned from the successful YouTubers I've met, some of the people in the Sidemen I've met, some of the people in the Beta Squad I've met, a lot of the creators in the United Kingdom I've personally got to have a few minutes with, I've got to have some time with. So I'll be doing an in-depth video on how to get into the YouTube industry and break through. Now, no matter what business you're doing, I encourage every single person to be on YouTube. If you are a singer, document your rise to success. If you are starting your dropshipping business, make a YouTube channel teaching people how to do dropshipping. There are so many things that YouTube allows you to do. Simply documentation of your already existing business. So I encourage you to get into a YouTube, and listen, as I said, I'll be doing a full in-depth video on this. Okay, and lastly, I'm gonna leave you guys with a bonus point, and that is gonna be Amazon FBA/eBay. Now, a lot of people are using this now, but my only problem is that many creators will not let you know how to get into this. They don't want to exactly tell you how to be successful on these certain things. So I'm gonna be doing a full video on how to get into Amazon FBA and eBay, as Amazon FBA is something that I currently do, and eBay is something that I've done for many years, from the age of 12 years old. This is going to be one of the best businesses, and it's kind of similar to dropshipping in the sense that it's direct to consumer. You're not involved in the shipping cost. You're not involved to taking it to the consumer. That is Amazon's duty, and that is why it's one of the best businesses to start in this day and age. And I would personally say that this is going to be one of the most important points on this video. Amazon FBA is one of the best things to get into, and as I said, I've left a link in the description to get into Amazon FBA, so you can click that and/eBay. eBay is very good, it's very authentic, it's 100% genuine. They both work perfectly. I know some people that are making as £1,200 in the United Kingdom every single month using Amazon FBA and eBay as a side hustle, which is really good for where they come from. I know their personal background, but because of time, I won't waste too much time in making this video so long to explain what Amazon FBA. I'd rather give you guys a full into-depth video on this. Now listen, my name is Producer UJ. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you guys like this video, please remember to leave it with a thumbs up. Now, I do have a very, very special announcement to make, and that is we are live. Now you may be wondering, what do I mean by we are live? I'm gonna say one simple word, and that is produceruj.com. You ever wondered how do we do a collaboration, how to do an advertisement, how to get connected with me personally via my Telegram group chat? It's all there. And I encourage you guys, we are almost at 1,000 people on our Telegram group chat. Get to our Telegram group chat and join now. This is Producer UJ. Peace.